Do you guys
to
think
light it on fire.
that they threatened Gustavo, and that's why he jumped, or do you reckon it just got too much for him?
I think
I
it was
reckon
threatened.
that he.
Might have been, it could have been either or. Man, I personally, shit like that. I mean, that just screams murder to me. That's what I think.
No one jumped.
No one got killed.
So someone said to me that he could have been holding a huge short position in the company, and when this news of obviously he knew Ryan Cohen had come back in through 6th Street or whether he signed off the asset-backed loan, he took his life because he knew he's not going to get out of that short position. So there's a similar case. There's a company called Zurich Insurance Group. Their CEO was called Martin Sen, and he committed suicide in 2016. You can check it out online. So just type in CEO Zurich Insurance suicide. So he committed suicide. He was the CEO, and this was in 2016. If you look at their share price, when he committed suicide, it dropped down to 192, and then over the next few years, it ran up to 428, 430. So again, we had somebody that died, and the share price inevitably went up. So perhaps some of these corrupt people that are running companies into the ground, their greed has overwhelmed them with the alignment of their power. They've told a lot of their friends, listen, this is guaranteed, we're in control, take huge short positions, told their friends and family to take short positions. Now the company is going to have a turnaround, or someone else is going to take control. And the stress obviously mounts up because they've given all these people these guaranteed bets, like Michael Jordan did with the whole GameStop situation. And then if we just look at this one comparison, I'm going to look at more CEO deaths and stock prices. But the CEO killed himself, and the stock price like quadrupled over the next few years. So it's just an interesting statistic to look at. And I feel like we don't discuss his death enough. And just because someone's dead, it doesn't make them a good person. They could have been a piece of shit. You know, the guy was complicit with Mark Tritton and taking salaries and stuff like that. And yeah, he's dead and is sad and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, these people, whether they're alive or dead, they run companies into the ground. They run people's jobs and careers into the ground. What about the amount of investors that would commit suicide? What about the amount of employees and lower level managers whose careers are on the line, who have got a family to support, they've got health problems, all of this shit? Those are the people that fucking matter. One person committing suicide who is probably a greedy cunt doesn't really fucking matter in the grand scale of things.
So, guys, you think he's alive still? This is fake?
Yeah,
Yes,
absolutely.
he came with my respect to LGBTQ, whatever. Mark Triton, they said he's married, he has 2 kids. The fucking guy is a gay, 100%. Look at his videos, listen to his voice. They lie. The guy probably he's the guy. Fucking Mark Triton.
I mean, and another thing about the CFO jumping is how many people do that in front of, like, as I said, his wife was there. So, like, I mean,
Right.
I feel like when
Yeah,
people jump off a building or something, they're alone, they're like depressed, they're like some shit's hit the fan all of a sudden, and they jump.
But
It's
one of the
not like they
articles
go
says he had
home.
multiple blunt force trauma.
Yeah, that's what happens when your head hits the concrete.
Yeah, but it's just. I always thought it struck me as odd, the whole situation in general, but like that his wife was right there.
How tall was the building? How many stories did he fall from?
70.
I mean, they said he jumped from. They said he jumped from the 18th floor.
And then where did they find the? Where did they say they found the body?
There is no body because there is no body.
No, but I'm saying, where did they say? Where did they say they found him? Where did they say they found him? Did they say where they found the body? Was it on the street, in an alley? You know what I mean?
What did your passenger say, guys? I'm interested to hear what the passenger said.
Yeah, don't play the recording.
Laura Cross. And then I told her, listen, I'm a big supporter of the company, and Google my name. So she looked at my name and she Googled it, and then she said, do you have even a YouTube channel about the company? I said, yeah. At that moment, that lady, she took guards. I mean, she was so I'm like, she couldn't say anything. And then for almost 45 minutes, the time from me to take her from the headquarters to York Avenue in the city, because her mom had the surgery, she had cancer. That lady, she hated being in my car. She hated.
I was going to say, that's probably the most awkward fucking Uber ride ever.
She hated being in my car. And I even took a picture. I mean, I have in my phone. I have a picture of her going into the door of the hospital.
Well, let's assume he is dead, and let's
No,
look at the
he's not.
timing.
No,
Let's
no, no,
assume he
he's not.
is.
I don't.
Okay, but
I
let's
can't. I
assume
can't.
that he is dead.
Sir, I'm not answering any questions because he's not. He's there.
All
There
right.
is no
Yeah, but the
assumption.
media in the world we live in thinks he's dead, and that's what Sal was trying to.
Yeah, so
Okay,
let's assume he is dead, and let's look
yeah.
at the hypothesis of why he would have died. And one of the most immediate things, and the events leading up to his death. I know he signed off the JPM asset-backed loan and the Sixth Street deal, and we know Ryan Cohen sold literally 2 weeks before his death. What kind of correlation do you guys think you could see between Ryan Cohen exiting the Sixth Street deal, the ABL, and his death?
Ryan pushing.
I think he's scared of Etlin. They're all scared of Etlin. As far as like, who knows what we've been told? You know, the media. If the media is able to like report on stuff, and anyways, it's just it's not unreasonable to believe that the whole story was concocted in order to paint RC as a pump and dumper. And literally, they fucking threw Arnal under the bus. They said that Arnal and RC worked in tandem to pump and dump the company.
That's right.
It's bigger than we think.
Yeah. So like
Bigger than we
they threw
think.
a dead guy under the bus, and they threw a cadaver off the roof if they even did it. So I just,
Fucking hell. This just gets juicier and juicier, and then I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah, and they're even still bringing up that same fucking case, right?
It's because that's all they have. That's all they have.
Yeah, and they've been using that as a defense for all the docket entries that we've been, like, the shills speak for the people who, right? So whatever their narrative is at the time, and I spent 6 months trying to decipher what an interested party was, because shills were telling me that it doesn't mean what I think it does, and I'm like, fuck you, like, you know, and that's and all they ever had to bring up ever was, oh, well, that's because he has a pump and dump case over here, that's why he's listed as a creditor. Oh, this is over here, and you know, and they kept using that. I knew as soon as I saw a bunch of frivolous fucking lawsuits against RC that they were going to just continue to use that as a way to like manage the narrative, you know.